Traders, I'm done for the day. Let's take a look at my trades, go through a short recap here. I'm having a third absolutely amazing day with a nice winner in BIIB, two winners in Tesla with $22,000, which keeps paying my bills for I don't know how long. And a loser in TWLO, more than I was expecting, actually almost double as much as I was expecting. I just missed it. I was watching something else and it just spiked up. And two losers in WWE. So again, Tesla to the rescue, saved my day. Basically two symbols I'm down, two symbols I'm up, but Tesla huge winner. Let's go through my trades and we'll start with Tesla. First trade I posted in Tesla was under 703. Now take a look at what happened in Tesla. Well, in fact, we need to start with the daily again. So if we take a look at the daily, we can see that Tesla reached from 250 area to 1000 and then came down as expected, but the big move down was on the first time it moved to the highs, and then on the second day, which was yesterday, we traded it for the past few days. We made quite a lot of money on this one, and now this is kind of rest day. So I wasn't sure about what Tesla is going to do today. Yesterday and the day before was much easier in my opinion. I have 100% so far in Tesla, all my trades in the past few days, which is amazing for me. Today, I watched it come down initially. I didn't think I should trade that because it was too risky. It's exactly like happened yesterday. And I was hoping I'm going to see something like was and did happen yesterday. And it happened quite the same. Look at what happened. Initial move down, a big pullback over the highs, and then I posted it under 703, which was right here. If you take a look at yesterday's video, yesterday's recap, it was exactly the same thing. Now, it came down. Yesterday, it continued to come down. Today, it did not. And then you take your partial. That's why we have a partial. Why we have partials. But 703, and it came down all the way to 690. So that's like what, 13 points. And then at some point, it stopped, start coming higher, and I saw I noticed that Tesla, unlike yesterday, really wants to come up. I posted it for a long over 705. Now 705 was right over here. Now you can take a look that it tried to move higher, failed, came back up again. It was quite clear to me that over 705, it's more likely to continue higher. But then after I bought it, that was my second trade in Tesla, it started going sideways and I was very suspicious for a while. In fact, looking back at the trade, the correct entry should have been here, 710, something like that. But at 705, it looked like it should, and it did. And that was even more amazing than the first trade, much more than the first trade. So it kept running and, even now I don't know what's going to do next. The thing is, as it moved higher, I did not think, unlike some of you, who were right, I did not think I should chase it up. When the stock looks like this, traders, it's extremely, extremely dangerous to take a trade. Now, I want to show you that in 5-minute candles because it's going to be a bit more clear in 5-minute candles. So if you watch Tesla moving over the 705 area where I went long, all the way up here to 770, that's like 70 points or so. Look at this pullback here. If I'm going to point to you this red candle here, you can see here below, you can see that the time is 10:20 Eastern. Now take a look at the S&P 500. That's the S&P 500 and take a look at what we discussed today in the room. Initially, we came down, we closed the gap, which is something that you expect the S&P to do. And then we moved higher. At that point, I mentioned in the trading room, it's way too extended. It should pull back. Maybe after it's going to pull back, you should go long something, but wait until it comes back down. Again, moved up, should pull back down, some topping tails here. You don't have to be a genius to know that S&P should come down. Well, of course, I did not know how far it's going to come down, and it still is in green territory and more likely to stay in green territory. It's just going sideways right now, but take a look at when it came down. See this red candle over here? If you look down, that's 10:15. So the S&P came down in 10:15. If you take a look at Tesla again, it came down in 1020. The S&P is usually the barometer that moves the market. It's your crystal ball. It came down 5 minutes before Tesla did. So if you take a look at Tesla, it followed the market. It was way too extended. It followed the market. I did not know when the market's going to come down. When I sat in the trading room, I expect the market to come down. I just didn't know when it's going to come down. But I was expecting it to come down. Therefore, every stock you think about going long and Tesla moved up that much, you usually shouldn't take a trade unless the market already pulled back down, and then you may go long at a reversal if the market's moving up, like it does now. The market's now moving slightly up. If Tesla's going to make a reversal here, that could be a valid long. As long as it was just, coming up like that, that would have been extremely dangerous. You see, right now, you could think about it. I wouldn't dare. It's way too dangerous in my opinion. But you could think about going long. Anyway, 2 nice trades in Tesla. I did have a great winner today also in BIIB, which I posted long over 341.20. Only go for 1 minute candles here. So BIIB started with a gap up. It was on my list today. 341.20 was right here near the highs when I noticed that it's likely to break out. So usually you go long, not over the highs. Usually you should go long if you see the momentum just before the highs. That's what I wanted to talk about right now, because it's important for you to understand that a long over the highs is usually what everybody else knows how to do. And then you see that once it moved over the highs, it spiked up, gave us plenty of space to make a profit. And of course it did not hold, came down, moved out of my last quantity over here. You see, it found some support here. Once it came down under 340, I moved out, and it was the right thing to do because you never know if it's going to come back up like it did. It did come back up, but again, always try to find the entry point just before it moves over to a new high. Everybody knows to buy a breakout. Not everybody knows how to buy before the breakout. It's not something that you should always do. It's something you should expect. And if you see the momentum, if you see the volume, if you see the market behaving in a certain way, you can definitely make a decision to go long before the highs. And that's the art part of buying and selling stocks. Now, let's go quickly through my 2 losers. WWE was a loser. As you can see, let me go back here and again. Okay, so WWE was a loser. I thought it's going to come down. I can't remember. It was right over here. Initially, it came down, but then it's just unbelievable the way it moves. I mean, the stock was down. I can't remember how much, but anyway, it was an unpleasant loser for me. So WWE just didn't work out. The second one was TWLO, and TWLO was a right thing to do. It was a right thing to do. I mean, stock started with a gap down, a big gap down, came down, pulled back up, beautiful bear flag formation. I came in here for a short. It did come down under the lows and failed. It wasn't far from my target. Actually, it was far from my target, now remembering. It came down a bit under the lows, stopped and spiked up. The thing is, I should have had a stop here over 118. That was my planned stop. But I was involved with something else. I think it was WWE. And then I could only move over 119. It came up to the whole number you can see here. Came down again, which was great because when it comes down back from a resistance, a whole number, you don't know what's coming next. It could have returned to the lows, but it did not. It came down a bit, moved over the highs. I had a bigger loser than I expected, 1 point bigger losers than I expected. So TWLO was an unpleasant loser for me. Anyway, the end result is great. I'm up $14,000, a bit more than that. I'm having one of my best weeks ever, really. Started with 120 something thousand dollars on Tuesday, didn't trade on Monday. Yesterday was up 12 grand, today up 14. This is becoming magnificent. So traders, thank you very much for being here with me today. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you guys in YouTube for following us. And if you don't mind giving us a thumb up on YouTube, that would be very helpful. And thank you all. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Bye, traders.
Thank you for watching our video. Before you go, we invite you to join the Tradenet trading team. Our professional analysts will teach you how you can trade stocks from your own home without risking your own money. Click here to learn more about our funded accounts program. If you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can view many more stock trading videos. Questions or comments, please submit them below.